Oh man, this is such a beautiful day out here in this hamlet that we don't have a name for. But, you know, it is what it is. Ooh. Hey, puppy. Hey, I didn't realize Oh. I can't... Why can't I make you stand up? What are you doing out here?
Oh, hey, you found my dog.
Oh. Dom. What are you doing over here? What?
I was looking for this guy.
Well, this is, you know, do you know where you're at?
Not really.
Okay. Well, you've seemed to have wandered into my world and brought your dog with you.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, welcome to BrownieLand.
Cool, thanks.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting to see somebody else here, because normally over here I'm by myself. So
This guy's usually following me everywhere too, so yeah.
Well, awesome. So, how long do you plan on staying here?
Don't know, maybe long enough to build something.
Ooh,
A little place to stay.
yeah. You mind if I tag along and help you build?
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Awesome. Well, let's go find a good spot and get this building underway.
Nice. Sounds good.
Awesome. Oh, well, welcome in, Dom. Thank you so much for joining me. I am super excited to have you on so that we can get this project going. Oh, man,
Nice. Appreciate it.
Little frame drop there. That was crazy. But,
Oh, wow.
So we're doing a little project here. You sent me a screenshot, and I really like the idea of it. We've kind of cleared out a nice little area here. But what I like to do is kind of explain what this series is about to our guests. That way you kind of have an idea going forward. And anybody that is watching it from that episode on has a short little take. Basically what we do here is we invite content creators on into my world. This is my single player world. And we build. We talk about how to find inspiration, how they personally do, what styles they enjoy, and everything like that. So it's a fun, laid-back series. You might be able to learn something about different styles, and you might even find a build that you really like that you can kind of build along with us and get some inspiration from here as well. So that's kind of the goal of the series.
I like it.
So I'm going to start off by asking Dom, who are you? Who would you say you are?
Who am I? Well, I guess I go by the Wasteland Crafter in some places because I like Minecraft and I like Fallout, and sometimes I combine the two. So I like a variety of games.
Well, it's good to play different games, and I know a lot of people can get inspiration from Fallout. So, and actually, I think you have a Fallout skin, don't you?
I do, yes.
Oh man, that's cool.
Let's remove that. There you go.
Looking good.
Yep.
Oh, you even have a little Pip-Boy. That's what it's called, right?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's awesome. That's so cool. I've never played any of the Fallout series.
I would recommend it. It's a lot of fun.
I've watched several people play it. So I'm going to start off by saying, how do you find inspiration for your builds in Minecraft?
That's a good question. It's kind of different depending on the mood, I guess. Sometimes I feel like building medieval, and in those situations, maybe I'll look at reference photos, or actually I use reference photos for a lot of things. For my Fallout type builds, I draw inspiration from Fallout, of course. So I'll look at a lot of the buildings inside the game there and see how I can kind of turn certain buildings into certain purposes within Minecraft. So like an iron farm, for example, I've done this on a different server where I turn an iron farm into it's called the Institute, where they build synthetic humans in Fallout. So it kind of plays in theme with each other. So I just kind of combine the two, and it works out really nice.
Oh, yeah, that sounds really cool. Whoops.
And another example would have been like the in Fallout 3, there's a Jefferson Memorial
Mm-hmm.
that is used as a water purifier because it sits right off of the Potomac River.
Okay.
But in Minecraft, I turned it into a guardian farm.
Oh, that's smart.
Right. So I do those kind of things, and that's kind of what inspires me the most, I think.
Awesome. Yeah, that's great. So I do a whole bunch of random stuff as far as like where I find the inspiration. I am mostly what I like to call a lore builder. So as I'm building, I'm like, okay, so what's the deal? What's the story with this place? So I will take that and kind of build a story based off of that.
Right.
And then use that story to, well, in this story, it's really important that there's a blacksmith or this or that. And it's night. Let me go ahead and sleep. Well, I guess what we can do is just head off into the next question here.
Sure.
Since that is kind of the point of this. So you've made the plans for the style. You've got an idea in your head. Where do you start planning out a build when you kind of have all the pieces ready to go, the plans kind of in your head? How do you translate that into Minecraft?
So I guess I like to maybe like most people start bottom up.
Okay.
And I'll try to map out like a foundation. I guess primarily what I want first, more than anything else, is to find like the proper location for it.
Yeah.
Just find like a nice plot of land to build it on is because sometimes that speaks volumes too, where it's like this feels right here, maybe this doesn't feel so right in this location. So that's always challenging to find like the right spot. And then once you do find that spot, I always just try to find out, like, sometimes I go straight into the foundation. Other times I'll do the framing for it just to get the general size of things.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's kind of my starting point.
Okay. It's, going bottom to top is a good way, because
Right.
I mean, the idea is if you don't have a good foundation, how is the build supposed to, stand up?
Right.
So yeah, I can get behind that going from bottom to top. But I agree that location finding is probably the most important, to me at least, because especially if you're using certain blocks, like the only one that I would say that's really kind of out of place is the spruce in this build, because we don't really truly have spruce biome nearby. But then again, if we go a little bit to the north, just over this mountain range, there's actually a extreme hills, and there are some spruce trees over there.
Okay.
So like it kind of works, and we're really close to dark oak forest, so the dark oak makes sense. There's oak trees all around here, so that oak makes sense, and then stone is everywhere. So I would say personally, location is maybe the most important to me. Just for
I can
that.
agree with that. Yeah. I've found myself doing that a lot lately too. It's especially with my single player world now. It's I'm trying to just build within what's available in the biome.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a big one.
How did you do the roof? Did you like do it as a corner piece here, where we kind of continue going off like that?
For that side, yes.
And then the other side, it's just a regular A-frame.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'll go ahead and get the roof kind of trim set up here then.
Nice.
So we kind of talked about where you start off, and this actually ties very nicely into the next question, which we didn't plan by any means. So we're just gonna roll with it like we did.
Nice.
How do you find a location for your build? Like, do you allow build to be a lot of the inspiration for your location, or do you allow the location to be a lot of the inspiration for your build?
That's a good question. These are things I like normally don't think about.
And then that's why I like to talk about it, because for the average builder, I don't think about this, like,
no kidding.
until I started doing these videos. And did I knock you off into that? Oh, okay.
No.
Okay. I know. I walked by you and then you fell down there, so I was like, oh no. Oh man.
Yeah, I don't know. That's I think it's kind of both for me. It's man, that's such a hard question to answer. Because it's like, I think sometimes it depends on how I'm building.
Mhm.
Like, so my single player world, I've got this castle, right? The castle sits on its own kind of plateau.
Yeah.
And for me, it's like, once I saw that plateau and I saw how big the plateau was, I was like, okay, this is perfect for a castle.
Yeah.
But then everything else kind of took shape around that. So it's kind of a little of both at that point for me, where it's like, okay, maybe here this would go better, and then maybe like this has to absolutely be here.
Mm-hmm.
Depending on how the rest of the land actually shapes up. So it's kind of maybe both for me. It's such a strange concept to think about now.
I would say, so for me personally as well, I would say it really is both, because sometimes I'll go out and look at an area and just be like, oh my gosh, I want to build such and such here. And now I have a theme and an idea and a plan. Whereas sometimes I go out looking, so I want to build this, but I have to find the right area.
Right.
So like, for instance, I'm on the Ripple Effect, and we just started our season 3. Well, when we were planning, they gave us the seed, and I was just running around. I ended up going out 6,000 blocks. No, I'm sorry, 8,000 blocks from my base.
Oh, wow.
In order to find the area that I was like, yeah, this is it, So
Nice.
it really truly depends. Because sometimes I just, straight up like, yep, let's go. I'm ready. Happy.
Yeah, you just wander about, or
Mm-hmm.
you find that perfect spot.
So we stumped Dom on the last question, which was fun.
Yep.
But let's see.
That was hard.
Yeah, let's see on this one if we can stump you. I think this one might be a little easier. So from start to finish, you have an idea, or you find an area that you're you really like, and it spawns the idea, to the point where you place the last block, place the last piece of foliage, the last detail, whatever the case may be. Whenever you decide, okay, this is finished. What is the favorite part of that building process? Like, is it going back in, doing those little details? Is it, the actual, like, getting the structure started, actually finding the location, that type of stuff?
I think, honestly, for me, the favorite part of the process would probably have to be, once it's all done, is just kind of admiring it for a moment and then thinking, how can I make this even better?
I like it. I like it a lot. Oh, that's great.
Because there's always something that you just, after it's all said and done, like, there's just always something you might want to change, or there's just something there that you think could be better, or just, there's always something about it. Can't put my finger on it, but that's generally what I do.
Now, here's probably the toughest question I'm going to ask you today.
All right.
Because the amount of options that you have is nearing thousands.
Oh,
okay.
Boy.
Are you ready for this difficult question?
I think so. Let's give it a try.
All right. So, what are your favorite and least favorite blocks to build in Minecraft?
Ooh.
Yeah, see?
Ooh. There's so many choices. I feel like, okay, so we're talking just vanilla textures?
Just vanilla textures, yeah.
Oh, God.
Yes.
So if we're talking vanilla textures, I'd have to say probably a lot of the end stuff. I haven't had too much practice with the end blocks.
Okay.
So purpur is such a nice block, but its color, I feel like just the color alone just kind of stands out from everything else.
Yeah.
So I can't find I feel like for me it's something hard to match that to, or find something that matches good with purpur without it just being the focus point of the build.
Well, we have your least favorite would be kind of a bad term, a block that you haven't really used in purpur. So I would go the least comfortable block in Minecraft.
Right.
What would your favorite block be?
My favorite block. That's also kind of difficult to answer.
There's so many great ones.
There are a lot of great blocks. Man, I find like the smooth stone block is really great for like redstone because it's easier to count like the size of things.
Mm-hmm.
But for just like building in general, man, that is a tough
It's
question.
a tough one, isn't it?
I think it all depends on the style. Like if I were doing Fallout stuff, I am starting to like a lot the concrete blocks. But if it's medieval, it's either stone and spruce. I mean,
that's a very basic medieval
right
combination there. So like, yeah, of course, you kind of have to use those two. They work so well together.
Yeah, that's a tough choice. I think,
depending on the build itself, it's going to change, but
yeah,
that's fair enough.
Build wise, at least. I mean, I think if I had to have an all time favorite block, I'd have to go with the lectern. It's a cool. It's kind of up there with the campfire. It's just like this multi-purpose block that you can just incorporate in a variety of different ways.
Yeah, it's really nice with villagers because obviously mending books are fantastic, and all the books really.
Yeah,
it's really great for just details because in my library I actually have a couple of those lecterns standing around like practice podiums for speeches or stuff like that.
Exactly.
And then the redstone aspect can't be overlooked. Like, I mean, having a variable output for, the strength of the signal is phenomenal.
Yep.
So, yeah, that's a great one to choose.
Yeah, I think that'd have to be my all-time favorite at the moment.
Hey, it's a great one. I can back you up on that one. So, I have 2 questions left.
Okay.
The first one is going to be really simple, and then the second one is going to probably be muscle memory at this point for you.
Boy.
So 2 simple ones, okay? First one is, what is your favorite biome in Minecraft? Not necessarily to build in, just biome as you're flying around. What do you get most excited to see?
So I actually have not built in this biome yet, but it is my favorite. I'd have to say the taigas or the mega taigas.
Okay, yeah.
I absolutely love the way they look, especially when you're either just traveling through them or flying over them. It's the contrast that they give between the trees and the ground.
Yeah.
And just the general terrain and the random rock formations you find.
I like that too, yeah. The mega taigas are fantastic. I've built several times in mega taigas, and I love them. They're great. They're great fun to build in. So I look forward to seeing when you get to build in a mega taiga.
Yeah, maybe sometime soon, I hope.
Oh,
they're definitely cool.
Crossed. Awesome. Well,
Absolutely.
The last question for the muscle memory, and I want to thank you again for joining us because this has been a lot of fun, and it's turned out pretty nice.
Yeah, it's coming together quite nice.
Absolutely. So the final question is, where can people find you?
Where can people find me? So you can find me on YouTube at QuantumGaming, which would either be YouTube /Dom Quantum Gaming, or Twitter at DomQuantum, or Twitch at DomQuantum.
Awesome.
There we go.
All of those links will be down in the description below, and then I will have a subscription card at the end with your channel face on it. So
Nice.
they'll be able to click on whichever one you guys all see fit. Yeah. And is there anything else you want to add into this?
What's your favorite block?
Ooh, I don't get much questions because I'm usually doing the one asking. My favorite block, well, like I said, the campfire is a really great one. But one that I have actually, and it's actually combined because I have a different texture than what it is in vanilla, but I love the texture in vanilla too. But
Nice.
It's all things acacia. I love that orange, but I've actually, in my pack here, it's like more of a blood orange.
Oh,
and
wow.
I've made it to where it matches with the blood orange sand that I've made as the red sand.
Oh, that's nice.
So, but just the regular like orange coloring of the acacia wood, I really love. I haven't done much building in it, but that gray wood is really nice contrast to a lot of things. The strip variant is fantastic. So I would say just as an overarching feature, the acacia would probably be my favorite block.
Nice. That sounds good to me.
Well, unfortunately, it looks like the sun is setting on our time here, which actually perfect timing for that.
Right. What a coincidence.
Right? So I want to thank you again, Dom. I know I said this many times, but it's been a lot of fun to do this, and I look forward to having you back on to figure out what's next for this.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys again. Make sure you guys go follow Dom at all the links down below, and make sure you do check in with him and talk to him about how great that lectern is, because it's such a great block, right? Come on. But anyways,
Absolutely.
guys, thank you so much. It's been a blast. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. And if you really enjoyed it, I want to see more content like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button on both of our channels here. And I will see you in the next episode.